Top of the league, top of the transfer window, top of the world. Tony Bloom has put Hearts on top of Scotland. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football for your Spfl review show. And what a couple of weeks it's been, man. What a start to this season. Hearts sitting top of the Scottish Premiership, clear in front of Celtic on goals scored. It was a beautiful Sunday after all, and it's been a pretty good Monday as well, so we're going to reflect on everything that happened in the four leagues, the Scottish Pyramid. Lots of surprises, lots of shocks, lots of shite as well. Of course, got to talk a little bit about Rangers in there too, so it's a mixed bag of action here from the 42 teams in the Scottish Pyramid.
You're feeling on top of the world. I'm at rock bottom. Alright, that's where I am. That's where I feel like I'm always am. I'm always on double one. I'm on the madhouse, alright? And there's apparently no fix to it. If it's a low block, we're fucked. That's what I've learned. If it's Europe, it's alright. But the low block, I'm snookered. But before we get to that, we have to go through the rest of the leagues. And we begin with the greatest scoreline of all time.
Are we not going to play a game? Where's Rodgers' tie?
No, we're not going to play that game because it wouldn't be much of a guessing game. You know what I mean? We know where it is. It can only be one place, and we all know what that is. So, Clyde now, 4 for Athletic now. What do you make of that game? Does that get the blood pumping?
No, but when I've got a banging headache and you just slap your hands right in front of me,
you're top of the table, mate. I would trade the headache levels and my team being top of the table for anything right now.
Your team just gives you headaches anyway. 0-0 Clyde 4 for. Not a great game, but here, could be a decent point for either team. I think both of them will be in a relegation battle, so yeah, maybe they should be looking to beat each other, but Clyde with the point away at home. I think they'll both be relatively happy enough at this point, as long as you're not losing games, you're doing something right. Right, let's move on to the next one. It was at Briggs, 642 people in attendance. A shitload of yellow cards as East Kilbride got a 1-0 win over Elgin City. The goal came from Nathan Flanagan. East Kilbride have been hyped up as potential League 2 winners. I think most people have them down as favourites. They lost on the opening day, so they've done well to bounce back. Not the most convincing start though, which would maybe suggest that the jump, the leap, if you want to call it, from the Highland Lowland League up to League 2, it still is pretty big, even though we talk about how there's some good teams down there, and it's now good that there is promotion and relegation from the Lowland Highland League to the top flight. Just because you come up doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to cakewalk League 2 and walk straight into League 1. Doesn't work that way. East Kilbride still could, at the end of the season, be champions, but they're going to have to work for it.
No, absolutely, but here, 1-0 is still a win at the end of the day. Yeah, they'd rather win by 4 or 5, but...
Are East Kilbride the best team you think's came up since the whole I wouldn't say so.
I wouldn't say so, but I feel like they've got the best plan, if that makes sense.
I mean, possibly, but I think there was more hype around Cove Rangers. I think there was more hype around Celtic Hearts, the Spartans. I think there was a bit more...
No, I would agree with that. Nathan Flanagan with a goal. Not quite Tommy Flanagan. Another 0-0 though. Still an Albion 0. And Athletic 0. Nothing to talk about. Literally, so we'll just move on. Good point for both, I guess. Early doors, that's what you say here. A point's a point. Wait till we get to Rangers Dundee. We're going to spin that narrative. It's a point's a point.
Too many 0-0s in League 2 for my liking.
Stranraer
First
won.
3 games, 1 goal. That's bogging.
We know the rules, folks. If Stranraer won, then Clay Morrow would be on your screen right now, but as of right now, he's
hiding.
He's hiding at church. But Edinburgh City made it 2-1,
and then patch stripped.
And then the Spartans get defeated by Dumbarton 2-1. We red card in
the goal scorers not deserve to get read out for.
No, they have to win. Then that's when I'll read. They're just prospects for right.
Well, what about the opposition team?
No, they're like a rival charter, man. There's no need to mention them. You know what I mean? Do you want to read them out?
I'm alright.
Jack Duncan and Bradley. There you go.
Bradley what?
Bradley? Well,
Bradley Barrett.
You know what? I gave him his first name. Is that not good enough for Big Brad? Barrett? No? You not happy with that?
I would say that's Barrett.
Barrett.
Aye, Barrett.
All right.
I think the double T at the end gives you a Barrett and not a Barrett. I think the double T makes a Barrett kind of sound there, no?
What about baguette? Has that got 2 T's? I'm pretty sure it does.
Aye, there you go.
Right, but don't know where we're going with this.
No, me neither.
Baguettes. Barrett.
If baguette only had 1 T, would it not be like
A baronet?
That's
got 2 T's, doesn't it? Maybe you're onto something there.
Well, no, the extra T gives it that like tis sound, doesn't it?
Oui, oui, and a pauvre oui, oui, oui.
Barrett, you know, Barrett. Although some people would argue maybe the double R does that.
Retard.
Aye.
Right, Spartans won the Barton.
Retarded.
League 2 table. Right, there we go. No team's got 100% winning record so far, like your wee team. So.
Aye, Hearts are flying high. No doubt about it. But yeah, that's what I like to see. Well, not Edinburgh City on -12. That's kind of sad. But this is what I like to see in the aspect of you don't have at the moment you don't have one clear team that's run away with it. Every team so far has picked up at least a point. So yeah, that is apart from Stranraer, they've picked up nothing. But even then they're not that so Celtic City. Actually, to be fair, this backfiring on me. Point is, right, they're not that far adrift.
No, they're not.
So they're doing alright.
But I've got a feeling that Stranraer could be the team to go down. Edinburgh City, for me, they're going to claw it back quite quickly.
Well, actually, you say no team's got a perfect record. Well, we're just making an arse of this. Dumbarton do. They're a 5 points deduction at the start of the season.
You know what, though? I think there has to be an asterisk next to that.
What do you mean an asterisk next to it?
They got fucking points deducted off.
It doesn't matter a shit. They've had a perfect start to the season.
No, I'm not having that.
Oh, what the fuck are you not having about it? The 1-2-2.
A perfect start to the season would be keeping everything intact and not
getting
any points deductions.
So if they're unbeatable, if they do an invincible season, doesn't count. By your logic.
I see what you're
you're fucking on double one.
Hold on, right? Let's say Tony
No
Bloom...
wonder Matthew Mills gives you abuse, man. Jesus Christ.
Let's say Tony Bloom was a fraudster, right?
Right.
And Hearts.
Could be possible.
Got 50 points deduction, so you were sitting on -44 right now, but you still won both the opening games. Would you say it's a 100% record, or would you say that's a wee bit rank rotten?
Hold on. It would be fucking rank rotten for sure, but technicality, it would still be 100%. I mean, it would be 100% start the season.
Yeah, it is 100% for Dumbarton, but it doesn't look like it.
Some people would say we talk 100% shite.
It doesn't look like 100% though. No, let's be fucking real.
Dumbarton's had a better start to the season than Rangers.
See,
prove me wrong.
They have, but see all those geniuses,
Pointless,
right? See all those geniuses, right? That will claim that we're both retarded. How many people looked at this league table before we opened our mouth and went, aye, Dumbarton's had a 100% record to the season? You're the guy that noticed it. No other bastard did. You're the man. See the guy with the team that's top of the table? You noticed it. None of these pricks did.
I wouldn't say it makes me Einstein.
No. Makes you better than me there.
Right? I did make about 4 or 5 mistakes till I actually plucked that one out. But let's just move into League One. We'll cover this enough.
East 5-0. Alloa Athletic 1.
Alloa
building some momentum ahead of next week's fucking...
I tell you what, man. Would you be shocked if they'd done something against Rangers?
No.
Definitely not. David Devine with the goal.
Was it a defined goal?
I don't know. There's quite a lot of yellow cards in there.
Campbell, it's no
Former Heartsman Liam McFarlane picking up a yellow card. Every time I look through the lower leagues, it's littered with former Hearts players. Do you never see that? Do you never see many former Rangers players playing in the lower leagues? Or
I mean, you get the odd one, won't you? But I mean, I feel like with Hearts...
Andy Monroe, I think he used to play for Inverness. Stefan Skugel used to play for Partick Thistle, I believe. Aye, just lots of them. Anyway, let's move into the next one. Inverness 2, Peterhead 0. Inverness have made a lot of good signings. Former St Johnstone man David Witherspoon coming in, getting the goal. Liam Soule there with a goal too. I know Inverness had a points deduction. Was it 5 points they got? But for me, superior team in League One, and that won't stop them from winning it.
Good 100% record they've got so far.
Oh aye.
Right, Montrose 1, Kelly Hearts 2. Wee red card in there. Wee bit of drama.
Jack Wiley. with the red card. Kieran Freeman picked up a goal from Montrose, but goals for Luke McCarville and Joseph Tresdale got Kelty Hearts the win. So aye, good win for Kelty Hearts. Hearts are doing well at the moment.
I feel like Montrose just gets scudded every time we look at them.
Right, whether it be Midlothian or Kelty, the Hearts
That's it, right?
Hearts are
Oh,
pumping.
I didn't see that coming.
Ooh, no, definitely. Bad result there. So Reece Lyon with the goal for Queen of the South, but Hamilton goals from Connor Smith, trialist Connor Smith and Stephen Bradley.
Michael Stone picking up a late booking.
Yeah, Michael Stone.
The first time.
Ollie Shaw there with a yellow card. Aye, good win for Hamilton. Very good win.
Yeah, considering they've got a massive transfer embargo, I still think they'll go up though. I think so.
No, I think Inverness will go up.
Yeah, but they can still go up, is my point.
Yeah, but they're going to go after in the playoffs, don't they?
Well, they're going to be there or thereabouts, right? So, Stenhousemuir 1, Cove Rangers 0, Dale Carrick with the goal. A lot of trialists floating about League 1, that's for sure. But let's look at the league table. Well, there you go. Inverness set 5 points off Hamilton. 3 teams with the perfect start in this league, and 3 teams with the wooden spoon.
Absolutely. Alloa, though, 2 away wins, so they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's fair. That's weird that they've had 2 away. Maybe their stadium ain't ready or something. Maybe that's the reason they have to go to Ibrox.
No, but I mean, is it necessarily? Does every team necessarily have to start their first 2 games with 1 home, 1 away? I don't think so. I don't believe that's in the rule book when they're doing the fixture list.
I think it's very weird not to get that though.
Like on average, yeah, you probably should get it, but
no, it tends to be if there's something to do with a stadium. I don't recall the last time someone got that organically.
All right then, but would you not agree for that to happen, they would need to do? They couldn't just generate the fixtures at the one time. They'd need to generate match day 1. And then take match day 1 in consideration before they could generate match day 2 fixtures to allow. I mean, because for example, like what if you have 2 teams playing on match day 2 and both of them already played away on match day 1? Then one of them's going to still be playing away in the second game. So for them to do what you're claiming, you would have to make the.
What do you mean for them to do what I'm claiming? It fucking happens all the time.
So aye, because on law of averages, it's likely to happen that way, but. For it to actually happen that way, they would need to separate the fixture list. They would need to actually do round 1 first and then do round 2 based on what happened in match day 1. But anyway, they don't really care.
You're overcomplicating it there, buddy, right? It doesn't really matter like that, but Hamilton sit at the top, Alloa there, 3 teams at the bottom, not looking good for Dick Campbell.
I don't like these points deductions, man. Why the fuck are we deducting points for teams that are already in a hard time? Well, it's better than fining them. Well, maybe it is, alright, because there's no money in the first place, so maybe that is better, but I don't know. Like, what is the crime? What crime did Inverness... Oh, last year I went into... How's that help a team, by the way? You went into administration, going to slap 15 points on you. I'm not saying if a team goes into administration, they should give them an advantage or whatever, but it just doesn't. I don't get it.
Yeah, sure. But it's unfair on the rest of the league. They'll argue, won't they? It's like, oh well, we did things by the book. Yous have fucking done this. I think if there was no punishments, then a lot more teams would be like, well, so what then? So what if we go into administration? You see how it can spiral out of control? A lawless society, so to speak.
Is that what Rangers did?
You're really in there, Buckaroo, sitting top of your wee fucking shitey pyramid. You'll be at the end of it, like my team, come the end, so fucking sit down, alright? How many times has your club entered administration? Quite a fucking few times as well. Kings of the fucking points deductions.
I think only once.
I need to get relegated for the assume call.
That was pretty bad. Anyway, let's just move on.
We'll move on to the competitive league.
Well, this was not a result I was expecting. United 0, Raith Rovers 1, Dylan Easton with the goal. And Scott Brown not too happy with his team's failure here to pick up a point. So that is 1 point in 2 games. Beating Arbroath in the opening game of the season, conceded late and then conceded very early here. Had 89 minutes to respond, didn't respond. in my opinion, it's a piss poor start for United, and I'll just put it out there. If I could change my prediction, I would, because I think St Johnstone look pretty good. And
yes, no, honestly, for Scott
and at this
Ryan,
point,
it feels like it's not all over. But do you not think the hype of him as a manager is beginning to like die?
well, it's not. Yeah, but it's not even that. I mean, I genuinely just think for what I've seen, St Johnstone do look like a good team.
Yeah.
And it's not like I thought they'd be shit. I had them second, but I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking, yeah, I would swap them if I could. I won't, because I went with Ayr United, but
Just frustrating, because I don't really want St Johnstone back up.
No, I would like to see a new team come up. Hell, I would like to see 2 new teams come back up.
Yeah.
Without losing Livy or Falkirk. Well, maybe lose Livy, actually. No, I like Davy Martindale. He's a good guy.
We'll get to Livy. Right, Dunfermline 2, Airdrie Onions 0. Tell you what, have you ever seen 2 goal scorers with the surname Todd?
Ooh, no, but I'm assuming they're brothers.
Todd.
Well, there was.
Toddy Todd.
I've seen 2 brothers score in a game before.
John and Andy Todd.
Bit shite, isn't it? Generic.
Under Todd.
I'm pretty sure Dunfermline had 2 brothers playing for them before. Young. Derek Young and Darren Young.
Was Connor Young? He got booked.
I might be making this up, but I actually think
Todd.
Check this, I'm pretty sure Dunfermline beat Rangers 2-1 with a goal for the Young Brothers in about 2004, 2005, 2004. Someone research that. Maybe I'm just making this up, but I am convinced that...
I think you've plucked that.
I think that Dunfermline...
Who scored the goal for Rangers?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mr. Elderly or something?
I think Dunfermline with the Young Brothers beat Rangers. Now, someone's going to say I've completely made that up, but I think that was legit.
Well, there was a coffin dodger joke in there I could have made, but yeah, 2-0 here nonetheless. Right, Partick
I'm
Thistle.
going to Google that right now, actually.
Partick Thistle 1, Greenock Morton 1. Mark Wilson getting a point. Crucial for him because it's looking like the wooden spoon. Queen's Park.
I think he needed that after the opening day defeat.
No, he did, because that was a disaster. Queen's Park 1 though. Arbroath.
There's not much to say about it, really, do you?
Plenty to say about it. Right, I'm waiting till I get to the league table, because that's when I'll call it.
Derek Young. Young started his career alongside his brother Darren at Aberdeen before leaving with him in 2003 to join Dunfermline Athletic. So I'm on the fucking timeline. They both joined Dunfermline Athletic in 2003.
Yeah, but did they
beat Rangers in 2004? Oh, that's the big question. I'm going to find that out right now.
I'm going to find that out. But Arbroath beat Queen's Park 3-1. How about that? 3-1 at the City Stadium. 846 people. I mean, come on, guys. You didn't get more people at it, did they?
Rangers beat them 2-1, like, but...
In 2011. This guy doesn't have a fucking Scooby snack.
On this day, 19 years ago, Dunfermline 2, Rangers 0. Oh, that was close enough, wasn't it? Close enough.
A comedy own goal and a goal from Stevie Crawford. Well, that's going
to... Tell you what. Maybe that 2-1 game was on club football. That game there.
What edition did you have?
There was no Hearts edition, that's all I'm going to say. And it wasn't the green and white one either, I had, so...
Right.
I had the Jambo Bear edition.
You and Cameron lend you?
Maybe.
Right, Ross County now, St Johnstone 1. It's all over, isn't it?
Aye, good win for St Johnstone. Late night, former Heartsman, Ikepezu, with the goal in the 82nd minute.
Rangers man, Jason Holt.
Former. I'm sure there's a bunch of former people in there. Wait, Jason Holt?
No.
Played for Hearts.
Aye, he played for Rangers as
I know
well.
he did, he's got around, hasn't he?
Aye, he has got around. He likes getting around. What do you make it though?
It's a good win for St Johnstone. Ross County, honestly, Don Cowie, I think your marching orders could be coming soon. 1 point. For them to, and this is a home game as well, yeah, for them to be, 5 points behind St Johnstone after 2 games? Not good. No,
it's no good. Right, championship table. Yeah. Honestly, man, everybody... I mean, Dunfermline, Ross County, and Ayr, and Partick, The other teams that we said could take on St Johnstone, quite a bit behind. Dunfermline 2
What
points.
What do we know?
Yeah, what do we know is right though. And then Mark Wilson's at the bottom now.
Yeah, bogging, absolutely bogging. There, shout out to Arbroath though, they're doing pretty well.
There's been a shit ton of draws so far across the 4 leagues, hasn't there?
Yeah, there has.
Apart from your wee team, because they defeated Dundee United 3-2.
We don't believe in draws. We got in front with Lawrence Shankland penalty. Then Ivan Dolchek equalised a couple minutes later from a free kick. People were blaming Sander Clark for this. I thought it was a good free kick. I've no real issues. I will blame Clark though for the second goal. Dolchek making it 2-1. Clark should have kept it out. But then the man of the season, in my opinion so far, player of the season, Stuart Finlay, with not one but 2 headers to get Hearts over the line, 3-2. He is the top goal scorer in the league, and that to me is absolutely phenomenal. Picked up a yellow card for the celebration, but I mean, who really cares? Hearts are doing good. Stuart Finlay's doing good. We're sitting top of the table. Everything is magic.
Yeah, well,
Maroon magic.
Best defender currently on form. I mean, it's undoubtable.
Best goal scorer currently on form.
Yeah, the guy's just doing everything. Winning penalties as well.
Aye. I mean,
and what's good to see, 10,800 at the game.
Big attendance, no doubt about it. Really good there, so happy with that.
Will it be as big though as Thursdays?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'd like to think that Tannadice will sell that out.
Another decent attendance, 17,500. Rocky Bashuri, Eliuan, got 2.
It's a good attendance, but it's not a good result, man. Hibernian really should have put this to bed. You cannot be 2-0 at home against Kilmarnock and not win the game. Especially if you want to get talked about as potentially, and I'm using that term loosely, but potentially like maybe splitting the old firm or putting in some form of title challenge. You're not going to do that if you're dropping 2 points.
But see this whole term like title challenge, right? Do you not think even if Hearts or Hibs just like took Celtic close and like kept it within like 5 points until February, that is a gigantic step forward from what you're used to?
I'd argue if it's 10 points at February, that's a gigantic step.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? People get lost in the, what do you really think Hibs are going to be 5 points clear in February? I think people need to limit their expectations of that. But this is the kind of result you just can't do.
Well, like last season, Hibs were 34 points behind Celtic.
Yeah.
I think if people say this is negative, I don't think it is. I think if Hibs and Hearts could finish within 20 points of Celtic at the end of the season, that would be a pretty good season. I think there'd be major strides there.
Yeah.
That's assuming Celtic have a good season. If Celtic's results start matching their performances and they start getting mediocre results, then obviously that goes out the window. But as of right now, it's like we haven't really seen a team get close to Celtic apart from Rangers. So, yeah, last season, Hibs finished 34 points. It's to expect them to somehow make that gap disappear in 1 year. It's just not going to fucking happen. I think if Hibs could finish 20 points, 19 points behind, I'd say that's a success. But you ain't going to do that if you're dropping 2 points after being 2-0 up at home against Kelly. Second half,
Ben Brannan.
Yeah,
what a goal.
Liam Polworth got the goal. I think it should be I think it should be an own goal, but
well, he got it in his first half, mate.
Yeah, well, all right then. First half, who gives a shit, right? Should have been 2-0.
We don't move on to the second half without talking about all the goals, all right?
Right. Should have been 2-0. Liam Polworth gets and pulls one back. And then Ben Brannan, what a strike this is. Goal of the season so far. Yeah, for me, definitely.
Could be goal of the season period, man.
I mean, it very well could be. He got the goal, and then, honestly, man, Kilmarnock had the chances. Daniels was clean through, and he could have played in David Watson and decided to take a shot. Unforgivable. If he slots in David Watson, it's probably going to be 3-2. David Watson's got an easy one-on-one with the keeper, but Daniels decides it's better to like a shot for about 24 yards out. Very frustrating. I get it. He created the opportunity, and maybe he felt like he deserved to have the chance himself. But
another crucial
it's a team game.
Why Hibs, for me, needed to win this game is because they're going to postpone the match in between the playoffs, like Rangers did, and it's just much better if you've got 6 points with a game in hand than if you've got 4. But obviously, it's better than two-way game in hand. You know what I mean? But they have to get past Partizan Belgrade, and this game will give Partizan Belgrade a wee bit of confidence, don't you think?
I mean, absolutely. I just think it's a bad result. 2-0 up, and you don't see it out.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, I look at Kelly under Stuart Kettlewell, and I just don't see anything special. But you know what?
And I also thought Hibs kind of folded in the second half.
No, they did. They should have lost. Make no mistake about it. Speaking of a team that should have lost, did lose, and got pumped, and will get pumped, and will probably get relegated, Aberdeen.
Aberdeen are shocking. I'm not going to listen to anyone who
You know
says
why
otherwise.
you know why
They're bogging.
You know why I think they could be snookered? I don't see a team this year. I mean, maybe Dundee, but I'm beginning to think Dundee's not as bad as what we once all thought, and not just because they got a point at Ibrox, right? I think this season we're not really going to see a team cut adrift.
Aberdeen can't get relegated though, because Thielen will be sacked before that's allowed to happen.
And they always do a run, don't they? Though it doesn't matter what happens. They always find like a 10-game run where they win 8 and draw 2.
Aberdeen do.
Every year they do. Aye, they always get themselves out of danger. Let's not pretend.
I wouldn't say they find a run that good, but I mean, I get your point. I think they could get a man. Thielen's gone by December. I don't think Thielen will make Christmas. That's my prediction.
You won't see Santa then.
No,
Santa delivering.
you'll see the Grim Reaper, like, but no Santa. Dave Cormack will come in and
He's going to see James Tavernier then.
well, what do you rate? What do you make of Aberdeen?
I think they're shite.
Yeah, that Scottish Cup win, it bought him some time. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, the pants.
Here, put it this way, right? Even if he gets sacked, he's going to be remembered as the guy that brought the Scottish Cup back to Aberdeen after 35 years. Not a bad memory, but people are just going.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad Hearts didn't win the Scottish Cup if it meant Neil Critchley would still be in a job. Maybe because Aberdeen's a shit Diddy team that haven't won it in God knows how long. Maybe it means more to them. But considering Hearts have won 3 Scottish Cups since Aberdeen.
Maybe Tony Bloom would have pulled on the whole thing if Neil Critchley was still in charge.
I'm not saying that Aberdeen should give up a trophy that they've waited on for almost 40 years. 4 decades. I'm not saying they should give that away just to get rid of Jimmy T. But honestly, man, I think long term, if Aberdeen went out in that semi-final against Hearts, I don't think Jimmy Thielen's in a job right now. I don't think he can be.
No. But at the same time, it's not like right here, right now, they can just, we'll trade in our cup and it means we can get rid of him.
Well, no, but his football sucks. His style sucks, right? His football sucks. He doesn't motivate me. Anytime you listen to his interviews, there's just nothing there. I think he's made the Aberdeen team weaker. It's like every window that goes by with him in charge, I look at the Aberdeen.
He's made them Scandinavian, and it's not really worked.
The Aberdeen have a better team now than they did when Jimmy Thielen took over. I think the answer to that is no. And you know what? People are held up on that start to the season. It was great, but
yeah, like see with Aberdeen,
it's going.
It's almost like they've.
I would have kept the guy that got the 3-3 draw against Celtic.
Do you know how they've done
in the cup? Who was that again? The guy at the Aberdeen, like he was the on. Aye, here. Say what you want. I will dispute. I don't give a fuck. See that 3-3 draw that they got against Celtic in the Scottish Cup semi-final or the Scottish League Cup? What was it? Semi-cup?
Semi.
Right. So so
semi-cup.
No, that draw. That was a far superior result than winning the cup. It was. Aberdeen were great that day and deserved to beat Celtic. I can't say the same about the cup final. They were bogging. Now you're going to say, "Oh, hold on, one guy lost in the penalties, another guy won."
Luck of the draw.
Penalty shoot. It's a coin toss. What? Hold on. No. Who do you think? What team put in a better performance? What team was more worthy of winning? What Aberdeen team was more worthy of winning? The one that actually won the cup final, or the one that lost 3-3 on penalties? The 3-3 game.
But losers lose, winners win. That's what people will say at the end of the day.
Well, if I was an Aberdeen fan, I'd rather that Peter Levin guy continue to be in charge. But that's what it is.
I just think Thielen's pish. It's almost like the trajectory he's on. I'm not saying they would have accepted it, but it's almost like you would rather him start last season the way this season started, and then build up to this season to start the way last season.
Alright, look, last thought here on Jimmy Thielen. I'm just not going to pretend that the guy's this amazing manager just because Celtic were absolutely bogging in the Scottish Cup final, and Schmeichel decided that he was. I mean, they crossed the ball in while Schmeichel was changing into his comfier slippers, and he was just caught off guard, and
he slipped.
And he literally punched the ball into his own net. Here, what I will give Aberdeen credit, right? That the penalties on that day were really good. Can't deny that. But that's literally the only thing they done good that day.
They made Cal McGregor cry though. That was pretty good.
If I was McGregor, I'd be crying at how poor my team played that day.
Anyway, Nygren, Hatate, Celtic won 2-0. They sit second.
Yeah, Nygren looked decent. Hatate, scored a really good goal. Hatate probably scored the goal of the season up until a couple hours later. So, it's a win for Celtic. Wasn't great though.
Although, I mean, I don't know. I think Tav's penalty was pretty good. That might be goal of the season. That's what the happy clap was.
Definitely not. Ross McCormack getting called out for not being impressed with that Celtic performance, just because apparently he's got allegiances to Rangers. I don't see it.
Loads of Celtic fans aren't impressed.
Yeah.
No, but don't think, right?
The fan base is split at the moment.
See, on paper, people look at, you've went away to Pittodrie and you've won 2-0. See this?
Yes, but Aberdeen are the worst team in the league. Statistics prove this. They have the least amount of Scottish Premiership wins since December last year. They have less wins and less points in the league than St Johnstone and Ross County, and they're not even in the league anymore. Aberdeen's played 2 games more than them.
Yeah.
Aberdeen's picked up the least amount of points since December.
Unacceptable.
5 wins since November. I mean, come on.
That is bogging. Right, we'll move on though. Rangers won, Dundee won. I'm willing to move on if you are.
Of course not. Right, got to talk about this because honestly was not expecting this performance.
Russell Martin came out and said, right, I was so happy with the team's response for going down to 10 men. That wasn't after the game. He said that pre-Victoria Pilsen the day. So what about that? I think he's on crack.
What response? They didn't do nothing.
I know.
They got a dodgy penalty. And the score. What response?
I know.
I don't know if I was watching a different game, but I did not see Rangers dominate Dundee and create chance after chance after chance. I seen Dundee just sitting back, low block, containing Rangers. Rangers huffing and puffing, not really doing anything. Having a couple of shots for distance that were comfortably saved by the goalkeeper before Gassama went down. Won a dodgy penalty. Then they did get that late offside goal from Dessers, but yeah, no, I didn't see a great Rangers performance. But yeah, I guess Russell Martin's got to come out and say that. Anyway,
does he though? Well,
no, he doesn't.
It's just a massive backtrack for the Motherwell game where he came out and bashed him. Let's be real. This game was worse than the Motherwell game. So how could... It's the double standards, man.
Right, Ryan Ashley with the goal. Set piece comes in. It's put out towards the far post. It's almost out towards the edge of the penalty box. Cal Robertson heads it back into a dangerous area, and then we have Ryan Ashley hitting the header. It goes looping header over the top of Butland into the back of the net. Just a really shit goal to concede. Honestly, I mean, I don't understand the tactic. Dundee doing this, you're needing to win the ball twice effectively to have a chance, and they somehow done it. Winning the ball twice is harder than winning the ball once. So for me, I'm going to put it into an area where I think the first Dundee player to get a touch on it is going to be going for goal, rather than stick it into an area where if a Dundee player does get a touch on it, he's not going to go for goal. He's just going to try and redirect it into an area where you need another Dundee player
but we see this
to get a touch.
We see this happen all the time.
Yeah, but I don't agree with it. I don't think
but it worked.
Against that shite Rangers defence, but I mean...
So hold on, you're bashing Dundee for doing something they knew that would probably work because Rangers are shite at set pieces?
Hey, I'm just saying, see some of the great Italian defences, I don't think you're using this tactic.
Right, does this Rangers defence, right, look like one of the great Italian defences? I rest my case.
Right, well, let's
there's
just...
no Maldini. There's no...
Nesta. There's no nobody. Right, anyway, we will move on, so... right.
Say, man, there's none of that.
Aye.
Well, that's plenty. We've moved on.
Right, well, I'm glad we've moved on. Right, Tavernier then scores the goal. Gazima I'm not going to say it gets brought down. Diga, by the way, got sent off. No complaints, really. Not a lot in it, but...
What about the people that are saying it's two very similar fouls between the penalty and the red? Do you entertain that?
I don't think Finlay Robertson is looking for the contact, whereas I think Gassama is.
I'll agree with that.
I think Finlay Robertson's getting tripped accidentally. What I will also say about Gassama is, and we'll talk about this in a minute because I want to dive into it, he's also all over Dre Wright. He's grabbing all over his shirt. He is pulling Dre Wright into him, and then he literally throws his legs back.
See, this is the bullshit, right? With it's not clear and obvious. It's one of those ones we can't overturn.
No, fuck it. It doesn't.
If he looks,
who cares if it's clear and obvious, right? Just clear. What?
I'd argue it is clear and obvious.
No, but
he's pulling him into him.
Nah, but let's say it's a percentage thing. See, for it to be clear and obvious, how far percentage-wise does it need to be for you to be like, oh wait, actually we got that wrong? Does it need to be like 100%? Oh look, we got that wrong. Overturn it. Let's say
clear and obvious is a get out of jail free card for far.
I agree. Let's say the referee gives this, right, and then he looks back and goes, "Oh, actually, I didn't really see that. Gazima's got a hold of him. Gazima throws his legs back." In reality, I think this is probably 60% not a penalty, but I've already gave it and it's not clear. No, I don't give a fuck. See if you think it's 51% not a penalty, then you don't give it. Oh, but that's not clear. Who gives a shit? You go towards whatever you're leaning towards. It doesn't need to be clear enough. I just think you go with your gut decision. It doesn't matter if you don't have clear evidence to overturn it. And you know what? I will call back to that whole Hibs Celtic thing but they don't have clear evidence. I don't think, to me, that doesn't matter. I think you go with what you believe. If you're 51% 49, if you're 51-49 on an incident, then you go with the 51. No, even if you did not originally give it see the outcome that is 51% in your mind. If you originally gave it the outcome the 49%, if that's the one you originally went with on the field, I still think you change it. It shouldn't be clear and obvious. You should go with whatever decision you think is more likely to be true, even if you can't 100% say it's true.
Do you not think with penalties we are in a situation now where unless there's literally no contact on the replay, if the referees initially gave it, it's going to stand?
Aye, probably aye.
And I think that's the sad state. Honestly, I feel like no matter how bad the decision is or whatever, see if there is even a sniff or the slightest like shirt tug or a bit of contact or whatever, and they give it just can't get overturned. And here, I should be all for this because this got us a draw. But it's a defeat. It's a fucking defeat. I mean, Dessers, he almost made it 2-1. Brilliant, yada yada yada. But if you can't rewatch this and see Gazima, swinging his legs back towards the Dundee guy and pulling the Dundee guy towards him to initiate contact, then I don't really know what to tell you. This is one with FAR. You're like, yeah, fair enough, because they're not going to go over it. But with FAR, put it this way: if Dundee do the same thing to Rangers, and this is a Dundee player up front, this is Simon Murray doing this to John Souttar, is he getting the penalty? I'm not convinced. And if he does get it, it could get overturned.
Yeah, it could. Anyway, the game finished 1-1. I seen on the Rabble, they said this is 100% a clear penalty. And they were basically suggesting that VAR and the official on VAR was going to try their best to overturn it and screw Rangers, and that's why it was taking so long. On what planet is this?
There's only one person screwing Rangers, and it's ourselves at the minute. See, trying to even hint that the referee's going to try. Honestly, it's pathetic.
On what planet is this 100% a clear penalty? The more angles I see, and the more I rewatch it, I think it's a foul on Dre Wright. Gassama's all over his shirt. He's pulling him into him. He's dragging him down.
Put it this way, right? Say, who's the referee? Don Robertson, the Don. Say he points not to the spot, but he points to where the incident took place, and he, indicates a free kick to Dundee, and books Gazima for like, I mean, it's not really diving, but it's kind of, it's a weird one. He probably wouldn't book him, but say he just gives Dundee the free kick. Are we sitting here making polls after the game, and is this a hot talking point about, oh, Rangers were denied a Stonewall penalty? I don't think so. I mean, I don't.
No, probably not. And also, last thing, the Butland thing. I've seen a lot of people say you can't be blaming Butland. It's not Butland's fault.
You think it is?
Yes, 100% it is.
The goal?
100% it is. I think Butland's position is all wrong. You should not be getting beat with a looping header for that angle, for that far out. I just do not think you should be. You shouldn't be. Not a chance, no.
It's a big net, isn't
it? He's at the far post, man. He's not central enough in his goal. For me, Butland's at blame. Now, some people will blame Suter because they've got an agenda against Suter, and I guess it's easier to blame Suter because you want to pretend that Butland's great and you want to let him sleep with your wife. But I mean, in all reality, is that this is to me Butland. Now am I saying it's solely Butland's fault? No, not necessarily. Cause,
everyone's fault.
Because the defence for Rangers is shite. But you cannot sit and say that Butland's 100% blameless. You can't say Butland was in a great. See if Butland is as bad as it was defending. If Butland's in a better position, the ball doesn't go in the back of the net. It is what it is. Goalkeepers are fucking tall, right? You can't get beat with a looping hit. It just shouldn't happen. Not for there. But Butland.
The problem for me is
Butland should be able, and there wasn't a lot of power or nothing on that. Butland should be able to tip that over for a corner. If Butland's in the right position, he tips it over.
The first header for me is not the problem. It's the second one. Suter is adamant, like here, they're playing it out there, right? But no one goes over to the guy who does the first header. But then you're thinking, well, Rangers have took everybody at the wall to, mark Dundee guys for this, so this can't go in. And the 7 Rangers guys can't get anywhere near Rick Ashley.
To be fair, Rick Ashley wasn't in the middle, though. He was kind of somewhere in between the middle and the edge of the box.
Yeah, but when you've got 7 guys, then why not man mark him then?
Well, see, that is the thing. Were Rangers doing man marking, or were they doing sono marking?
It looked sono. It looked pish, whatever it was, man. Russell Martin needs to rip up the blueprint. We'll move on. Desser's offside.
Wait, do we actually need to rewatch this goal? Because you seem to think that Butland was great or something.
No, I don't. But my problem with it is I think it should be completely sussed out before Butland has to deal with it. But I'll agree. I just
don't see how that header for that angle and that far out. I don't see how that can be allowed to go up.
But,
I don't see.
No, you've got to be. Actually, you know what? No, let's be real. See, Butland, is his positioning off? Yes, but for that sort of header, let's be honest. See if this guy puts it anywhere near the top right region, and Butland is better positioned for the header that we actually got, then he's not saving it. He's thinking this guy's putting it bottom or top right or bottom right, but it's ended up going top left from a right sided position.
I disagree. It looked like Butland was hugging the post. I mean, he needs to be more central.
All right then. But I think you're being harsh on Butland.
Guys, let us know in the comments down below.
I wonder if he's took Brendan Rodgers' tie, Jack Butland.
Maybe, aye.
Anyway, right. Livingston 3. Falkirk 1. Crazy game, right. Let's call it out. Livy Stadium, folks.
Bogging. Absolutely bogging.
They need to put the TV side fans at the actual sides.
Why don't they get advertisements or something like the tarps? Why can't they? I don't know. I think that'd be better. And put it behind the goals. Anything would be better than seeing 2 full stands completely empty behind the goalposts. That's just not a good look.
It's not.
Why don't they promote something? Why don't they advertise something? Even if it's like the Livy shop or like something.
That's just wasted advertisement, though.
All right, but honestly, Livy, if they can make money for like having something advertised, why not?
Yeah, why not? Lewis Smith, fantastic goal. First goal was pretty good. I mean, second goal, third goal was pretty good.
Or they could just spread out the stadium. By the way, I know the Livy home fans kind of sit in the, not the hard cam, but obviously the opposite of the hard cam.
The hard cam.
So you don't get to see them. But why not switch it so that the side with the camera, the The side of the stadium that is broadcasting could be completely empty and you're not going to see it. So I would personally close that side of the stadium down and then just reposition all the fans into the other 3 sections of the stadium. And at least that way it's making it look fuller.
No, I totally agree. It's like Falkirk, right? They've got 3 stands. It would make no fucking sense in the world for the TV cameras to be aimed towards the side with no stand. It just does not make any sense. But great game for Livy. I think the key to staying up is beating Falkirk, and they've done that. Not that Falkirk are down, but
well, they beat. To be fair, they did beat Falkirk 3 out of 4 times last season, and they didn't finish ahead of them in the league. So,
well, something tells me though it's not going to be the same.
Well,
if you repeat that in this league.
Well, that is very true.
Right.
You predicted Falkirk to finish above Livy. I predicted Livy to finish above Falkirk. So
we did. Right, 0-0.
What do you mean we did? Oh, you did one, I did the other.
That's what I mean. We did. We did predict that those 2 different outcomes.
Are you wanting to change based on what you've seen so far?
No, I believe in John McGlynn, Scott Arfield, and Brian Graham. The attitude there of Scottish Premiership guys.
Right, St Mirren nil, Motherwell nil. Not a lot to say about this game. I think I might just leave it at that.
We'll move on to the commentator. What was he on Sports Scene? 50th anniversary. He was happy to be there.
Yeah, listen, I just don't really have much to say about this. Wasn't a great game of football.
That's great.
Speaking of great, Hearts top of the table. You gotta love it. 6 points, 3+ in the goal difference. We've scored 5 goals, showing that we are the best attacking team in the league right now. Just goals galore.
Goals galore for Hearts. My team's 6th.
Scored more than any other team in the league.
I'm actually surprised Rangers are 6th. There's so many draws.
Yeah, in reality, I mean, let's be honest. Rangers could easily be sitting next to that shite team Aberdeen at the bottom.
Could be, and you know what, you couldn't fault it, to be honest.
Motherwell should have beat them,
Dundee.
and they were very lucky to get that penalty against Dundee.
Yep. So Hearts sit top, folks. We'll have a wee look at the fixtures.
I don't know. Let's dive into the league a bit more. Livy sitting in 3rd place. Very impressive. Them and Hibernian on 4 points each, and then you've got a drop off to 5th place Kilmarnock. So it is a bit strange that only 4 teams have won a match after 2 games.
That is crazy.
And Rangers not being one of those teams is kind of crazy.
It is. First time since the 80s. That's all they do is break the wrong records, isn't it? Never break the good records.
Yeah, that Dundee point takes them up to 9th. I think we were debating who's going to be bottom of the table. We all thought Dundee and Aberdeen would have 0 points after match day 2, and it was
something. If Celtic win the league this year, James Tavernier will become like the first player in history to see the other side do 5 in a row twice. That is a fucking bogging one.
That is bogging. That is shite. But anyway, guys, let's see what else we have here. Motherwell in the bottom half, just on goal difference, I believe. St Mirren and Aberdeen, the only 2 teams not to score yet. Is that worrying? Or
I think more so for Aberdeen, because I think with St Mirren, you know, they were at Celtic Park, difficult. Motherwell, unlucky not to score. As for Aberdeen, I mean, are we going to sit here and say Aberdeen?
No, look who they have up front. Are you really surprised they haven't scored yet?
Yeah, you know what? If Aberdeen want to turn things around quickly, Yengi should never play again.
Well, that's one way to improve your team massively. But yeah, listen, Dundee United then, they've got that big European game coming up, sitting on only a point. You got Hibernian, they've got their European game coming up. Rangers, they've postponed their match against St Mirren. So, yeah, St Mirren here, it's tough. I mean, you're going to see some teams here already up against it, and now they're not playing match day 3, and it's going to make match day 4 just so much more important. Speaking of match day 4, Rangers take on Celtic. If Celtic beat Livingston, which, let's be honest, they will be heavy favourites to do so, Celtic are 1 win away against Rangers if they go in 10 points clear
Aberdeen,
after match day 4. And for me, that is something that I don't think can keep Russell Martin in a job. I don't care how early it is in a season. How can you be 10 points? Forget the game in hand. How can you be 10 points behind Rangers after 4?
You can't forget
or
the
10
game
points
in
in
hand
front because
they'll probably won't win it.
in our preview, yeah, it's against St Mirren at Paisley. I don't think that's not a guaranteed win at all. But in the preview, I said, yeah, it's unlikely, but let's just imagine a world where Dundee do get a result against Rangers. Rangers could be 10 points behind after and lo and behold, Dundee got something. Probably should have got more than a draw. And now the likelihood is Celtic. All Celtic need to do is beat Livingston, and they will go into that first Old Firm game with the opportunity to put themselves 10 points clear.
But
and to me, that is fucking. I can't believe that. That doesn't even seem like it could. And it doesn't seem like that's possible in your like wildest fucking nightmare. But it's happening.
And it should have been 12, potentially.
And I know it's early days, but if that is the case, can Martin stay?
I don't know, but Aberdeen, they've postponed this game, which means they will be bottom.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, we talk about games in hand. Aberdeen against Dundee United, not much of a winnable game in hand, is it? They're ranked rotten. Hearts, nice easy game for Hearts. Celtic and Hearts going against each other.
I wouldn't say that's an easy game. Motherwell have been impressive. I mean, I'm hoping and I think we'll win.
It's
but
easier than the last game. And then we'll have a wee look at the next round of fixtures then. So you take on Livy. So Hearts have the opportunity then to build on their lead. Another tough game for St Mirren.
No, definitely. Listen, Hearts beat Motherwell, beat Livy, 12 points at 12.
Yeah,
that's
so,
possible.
I mean, it wouldn't even be into September, and Celtic could be 10 points clear of Rangers.
Thoughts on that?
No, it's so
Does Russell Martin have to go?
I think he has to go already, man. I think the season needs salvage, but it's insane. Forget about Celtic win. What if Rangers win? Gap's 4 points. I mean, even after an Old Firm win, we're 4 points behind. If we win,
and then you're not guaranteed to beat St Mirren.
It's fucking what's happened here?
But even if you do, even if Rangers do beat Celtic and do beat St Mirren, they're still going to be behind them.
Yeah.
Normally, your reward for winning the first Old Firm game of the season is to be in front. And also, speaking of big games, that game that Aberdeen had to play there previously, that you scrolled past against Falkirk, that's a massive game.
Aberdeen back to back against Falkirk and Livy.
See if Jimmy Teelan loses both of them, or fails to win both of them, then that's taxi for Teelan.
Something tells me this Saturday, 13th of September, Pish, Rangers Hearts will probably could be on telly, to be honest. And I think Kelly Celtic will be on telly. They won't stay the same. And that'll be a tasty one. Celtic versus Hibs. Hearts are home to Falkirk. Livy against Rangers. And then moving a wee bit further on, Rangers away to Falkirk, etc, etc. So a lot of tasty games, folks, coming up. But that'll wrap it up here for the review show. Lasted very long. I just hope there's a review show coming soon where I can talk about how my team won. And it's not in Europe.
Don't count on it.
I'll go up next. And I'm no betting on it.